creative friends, it's Gwen with you back for another scrapbooking process video, and today's share is for Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and I am super excited to be creating my very first layout with their brand new collection, Merry and Bright. So this collection is a Christmas collection, so I cannot wait to get started. And I have gone ahead off camera and created my background for you there, with this being the plan. So photo on the left and my die cut title there, that one is from Cut to You. It's going on the right. So for my background, I've actually used two of the pattern papers. The first one is that lovely candy stripe, and that one is called Jingle All the Way. And the background is it's a white background with kind of like I want to say snow kind of vibe. It's just dots, odd shaped dots, and they're really pretty. It's a real mix of all of the colors in the collection. That one is called Happy Holidays. So this is, as I said, my very first layout with the collection. So what I'm doing is taking a quick sweep through all of the elements. So that pack there is the ephemera pack, and I'm just making super quick decisions about whether it's something that will go with this layout or not. I'm not necessarily finding a place for the item. I'm just really trying to narrow down out of the large selection that I have what I could use for this page. So I like to do this because I'm not very good at making choices. So if I can limit my choices, then I just find that the pages get made much more quickly. So yeah, and funnily enough, actually, I guess because I was a bit excited, normally I wouldn't go ahead and place anything while I was doing that sweep. Normally I'm pretty diligent about just going yes or no, is it going to fit on the page, and then looking at the placement. But there was a couple of pieces there, like those trees and the tab that says, what does that say, Merry? Yeah, as soon as I saw them, I kind of had an idea of where to put them, so I did place those as I was going along. I have to say too that this page came together in absolute record time, and I think it's testament to, you know, how well designed the collection really is. You know, I do speak from time to time about when I'm working with a collection for the first time, how I jokingly say, you know, like the first layout's the worst because, you know, you're getting a feel for the collection, you're seeing what's in there and how it's all going to work together. I never find that problem really with the Cocoa stuff, and I just think it's because they all just are made so well to work together. It's just, yeah, it just makes creating so much easier and really, really enjoyable. I love all of these collections that Zoe makes, and I think I've started with maybe 45 minutes worth of footage, which for me, like, there's pages that I've had 2 hours worth of footage. Just everything just seemed to fit together so well, and I'm really, really happy with how the page turned out. So it's time to lock everything into position. I'm really clear at this point in terms of the direction of the page and where everything's going to go. So I am being very careful though. The photo and the die cut, like the cut file there, are both very geometric, linear designed things. So I am being super, super careful to make sure that they are both very, very straight. There's no wiggle room in designs like this, in that if your photo is crooked, if your cut file is crooked, it will be very, very obvious to when you finish the layout, and it'll bug you. So, or it bugs me anyway. So yeah, I'm a stickler. I do fuss with this a little bit. I'm a stickler for making sure that big elements like these ones are super, super straight and super centered on the page. So I'm looking at the distance on the left and the distance on the right from the outside edges. I guess it's a funny thing, but for me it's definitely a detail that I pay a lot of attention to. What's that saying? The devil's in the detail? Yeah. Okay, so with the photo and the die cut there locked into position, I'm now going to be placing my medium-sized embellishments. So those would be the 2 tree die cuts there, and I'm also adding in a couple of little floral pieces. So the plan is that your eye, rule of threes or 3 focal points. There'll be one on the top right hand corner of the photo, then there'll be the trees, which will run kind of on the right hand side of the photo, and then there'll be another one slightly to the right of the R where I'm working right there, and that will be the 3 points that help lead the eye around the page. And I do try to include in each of the embellishment clusters a mix of the size of things. So I'm looking for a slightly larger element, and then some medium and small elements, or I think about maybe the texture of things. So whether I've included maybe a flare from the flare pack, or in this case we have the super fun puffy stars. So they're going to be included as an element in my cluster, and I just really like the mix of the different sizes and the different textures to make up a really interesting cluster. You can also see here in a moment that I'm going to grab out my 3D foam tape. So this collection does not have any chipboard in it, but that's not a problem, because you can get the look and feel of chipboard very easily just by adding some foam tape behind your die cut pieces. So the tree on top is raised up with the foam, and then the larger tree behind there is not. And I really love that, the dimension that adds, the interest that adds, and it's super quick and easy to do. So just working on the clusters, just making sure that I've got some interest in my 3 focal points, and here come those beautiful puffy stars. They are the perfect embellishment for a Christmas layout. And for this page, actually, the gold in the stars is exactly the same gold as the tinsel in our tree. So they are such a perfect match for this page. And this is the first page I've made. I have made one other page, and I have already used 5 out of the pack. So I am definitely going to be needing another pack of those. You have to get those. They're a must get. So yeah, and there we go. You can see sort of the plan. So I was showing how your eye is drawn from that top right hand cluster where the flower there is, and the D in December, and then it runs down the side of the page there and around to the bottom part where it says, what does it say? Happy Holidays. So, and I'm loving the balance. See how the red, there's like 3 points of red. The top red flower, the red near the R, and then the red banner that says Happy Holidays. So that really just, keeps everything nice and balanced, and loving that. Lots of interest and dimension happening on the page now, and I am going to add in a flare button in a moment. So this collection does come with 6 super cute flare buttons, including the one I'm using on this one, which is a little Santa Claus, and he's really sweet. I like his background. He's got a blue snowy background, and the tones are just really lovely with everything else that I've got happening on this one. And the page is pretty well coming together, just nutting out the last little details, and getting everything stuck down. I'm using the Nuvo for the puffy stars. I have used the Scotch Quick Dry for those in the past, and I am finding that the Nuvo's a little bit better for elements like that. Oh yes, and I've just added a tiny little bit of extra foam behind the button there, just to give it, because the cut file's on foam, so because I want the button on the edge there, it was a little bit lopsided, so I just had to pop a little bit of foam to give the button somewhere to sit, to keep it nice and flat. So the page is almost complete now. I really am just adding the very final details. In a moment I'll lift it up so that you can see all of those, and of course I will leave you with some close-up images at the end of the video. I hope my page has inspired you to go and get yourself this collection. It is so fun to work with. I really have loved it. So yes, and of course, if you enjoy my videos and you'd like to see more with cocoa vanilla and other goodies, be sure to subscribe. I just love making these videos, and I'm so thankful that you'd spend some of your time with me creating today. So yeah, I will see you in the next video, my creative friends. Until then, bye!